Well, I mean, I think that's a position that's certainly worth taking seriously, the idea that this is a whole lot of sound and fury and ultimately is not going to have a lot of real-world impact. November elections will help clarify that to some extent. But until then, I'm sympathetic to that this is an overblown sort of media boogeyman, the Tea Party movement, and maybe doesn't deserve as much energy and critical thought and attention as we've been giving it. At the same time, I think, anytime you have a sort of, populist movement that can get tens of thousands of people out into the streets carrying what are very hateful, racist, borderline violent signs and slogans and imagery, then you have to take that seriously. So we have to sort of find the middle ground.
Rick, what do you think?
Well, there's also another very important component of this, is that you can't separate it from the history of what's happened in the Democratic Party and the general ideological landscape in the last 10, 20, 30 years, certainly since kind of the era of Bill Clinton, which is that, the world is scary. For an ordinary person trying to make it in America and stay in the middle class, it's always going to be anxiety producing. And it's always going to be, there's always going to be anger associated with that. Now, the problem is, traditionally, Democrats, liberals, had a populism to hand that they could use to kind of channel that anger in politically progressive directions. The idea was you were being screwed by your boss, that the forces of money were, sort of defying you and your family. Kind of what's happened with the DLC world is the Democrats have sort of unilaterally disarmed on left-wing populism. So if you're angry, basically, there's no place for you other than in the Republican Party, other than in the Tea Party movement. The Obama world is just about sweet reason, and it doesn't really give you a place to be angry at anyone.